Okay, so let's get back to our website. Now I'm gonna start using the div tag. So what the div tag does is that it separates the HTML document into separate sections. So let's get started. So first I wanna put all this blog content inside a separate div tag. So let's create a div tag. Now it's gonna be a div, then class, and I'm gonna call this the main container. Close it, and now I'm going to copy all this and paste it inside this div tag. Next, you want to make another div tag for the author. So make another div tag and call it author box. You can also call this main box. So simply copy all this and I forgot to close this. So paste it inside this thing. Let's remove this space. Now let's make it look a little bit cleaner. Click the tab key and this will move all the text to the right. Now that this thing's done, I want to make another side container. So when you open the site, then you're gonna see this, and on the right side you wanna see a subsection for other blog posts. So how do we do that? First, let's make a few paragraphs, and we'll call this blog 1, and just copy paste this, then put in blog 2 and maybe blog 3, and we'll create a div tag and call it subbox. Close it and paste all of this inside this tag. Now you have to style all this. So first, let's style the entire web page first. So first, I want to create some width here. So what you're going to do now is inside the body, you're going to type in width 1140 pixel. Now normally most websites have a width of 960 pixels, but we want this to be a little bit bigger. And we want all the content to be in the center. So margin left auto and margin right auto. This will put all the contents in the center. As you can see, there's a lot of space here now. Now let's change the image size as well. So go back to the logo PNG, and I'm gonna call this image class equals logo. Now if you go back to the style.css, you can change the logo size as well. So dot logo, and you can just decrease the height to maybe around 250 pixel and change the width to auto. So after you do this thing got a hell lot smaller, and it looks a little bit better as well. I might decrease this space here later on. Now you want to put these 3 blogs on the right hand side of the page. So how do we do that? first you're gonna use this subbox class. I'm just gonna copy this inside the style.css and put it around here. So make a new style, subbox, and here we're going to type in float right. So what this does is it's going to put the text on the right side of after the main text. Now as you can see, it's around here, but we want this to be like around here instead. So let's change the width. Now I want my main text to be 75% of the total space. You can use percentage in your width as well. And I want the sub box to have a width of 25%. So 75% and 25%, that's 100%. And it still doesn't work. Okay, so I made a little bit of a mistake here. So go back to style.css, and here this width.75%, it's not going to be in the main text. It's going to be inside this thing, the main box. So make another element. We'll call it main box. And here we'll put the width. And the width for the sub box stays right here. Now let's move this div and put it at the top before the main box. Now if you check the website, it shows up around here, which is what we wanted. Now you might add some space here, so let's go do that. Now how do you add the space? So go to the sub box, and here you're going to add some padding. So you can add 4 numbers to padding. The way the padding works, it's the first number will be the padding for the top, then the right, then the bottom, then the left. So for the top padding, we want to add 10 pixel. For the right padding, we want to keep it 0. For the bottom one, we want to keep it 0 as well. And for the left one, we want to have 15 pixels. Now there's some space in between here. Next, let's add some color to each of the divs. So for the main box, let's add a color, and we're gonna name this, okay, it's background color actually, and we're gonna name this chocolate. And for the sub box, we'll create another background color and call it coral. And for the author, so we'll have to create an author box here. So let's just copy this and put it inside the CSS. And we'll change the background color of this as well. So background color, cornflower, maybe cornflower blue. I'm just taking in random colors to show you what each part of the divs look like. So this is the main div, this is the sub box div, and this is the authors div. So they're all separated in separate sections.